NBA today, the aforementioned Kelsey Mitchell. Congrats on your congrats on your 34-point performance. What did you have working there in game one for you?
I think it was just about having confidence for one, leaning on my preparation, and then my teammates, our chemistry, everything we've been through this season, kind of put us in position to really be us. And I think
finally, Kelsey Mitchell has spoken out against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. And believe me, you will be shocked by what she disclosed. Everyone believed they understood the tale of rivalry and ego, but Mitchell's remarks completely upend their dynamic and alter your perceptions of leadership, respect, and the WNBA's future.
Then you bring in Caitlin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball. And as a friend and as a player, you grow to appreciate her because, certain doors have opened because she's come to the Fever, and you have to respect that. And I love the teammate and person in her because she's accepted it with so much grace and even welcomed us with open arms to, make this thing happen. So I think it just took a lot of big pieces to make, what it is now.
Let's honestly be tough. Every time an Indiana Fever player approaches a microphone, Caitlin Clark comes up. It's an infatuation with the league. This time, however, it fell on Kelsey Mitchell, the pillar that supported this franchise during its most depressing and shameful moments. We are referring to seasons in which Indiana won 5 games. On one hand, you could count them. Mitchell fought to keep the squad from dissolving, smiling through news conferences, and enduring being a punching bag for the league. She endured that cruel insignificance. She doesn't use fancy, media-trained sound bites when she talks about Clark. This is ridiculous, yet she's amazing at assisting us. This is the unvarnished truth.
I'm pretty sure somebody took care of it for her. I love it because as much people don't know this about Caitlin, but she has an unbelievable, funny sense of humor. And so I think the tweet was the tweet, but you just have to know CC to know that it's just nothing but love coming from that kid, and her energy and her effort to just kind of support our team is just her way of doing it.
And you know what? She verified what everyone knew in private, but was afraid to express out loud. It wasn't just the Fever that Caitlin Clark changed. She switched to basketball. Period. A true veteran, Mitchell said, Clark altered the world. As he gazed into the camera, altered basketball's dynamic. This isn't casual conversation. One of the league's top scorers is effectively acknowledging that none of this would be possible without Caitlin Clark. This is the bit that will blow your mind, though. Her tone was devoid of any hint of jealousy. Just pure, genuine respect. No insults, no subtle aggression. Drama was what the media sought. They were admired. Everything you believe to be true about the dynamics of superstars is going to alter.
You guys have made the playoffs the last 2. What's been the big turnaround? How have you viewed the way the team has grown organically?
Oh, man, I think a big shout out to the organization taking time to rebuild. I think our draft picks ended up coming big. Lexi Hall was a big draft pick, and then you get Kaylin, and then you get AB. And so you culminate that together with, my experience and having to, go through a couple things before they got there. I think it was just like a match made in heaven, really, because I was, still at a young age to really, vibe and get to know these players for who they were. And then you bring in Kaylin, who changed the world, changed the dynamic of basketball. And as a friend and as a player, you grow to appreciate her because, certain doors have opened because she's come to the Fever, and you have to respect that. And
that doesn't imply that Kelsey has forgotten how valuable she is. She quietly reminded everyone that long before Clark arrived, she had been here grinding, surviving heartbreaking losses, and dealing with terrible rebuilds. And that's the whole truth. The stage that Caitlin is currently occupying would not even exist without Mitchell's steady scoring and constant leadership. Mitchell is one of the league's most brutally underappreciated scorers, but people seem to overlook this. Although she doesn't receive much national attention, she was the ferocious pulse that prevented this squad from stagnating. Because she has witnessed all sides, her opinions are credible. The exhilarating renewal and the utter shame of Indiana's past. She's clever enough to figure out which version puts more money in everyone's pockets, sells out arenas, and secures huge TV deals. This goes beyond personal pride. It's about all boats being lifted by the rising tide.
God forbid Asia doesn't drop 40 for us. I thought it was really poor. Really poor.
Kelsey Mitchell, what about the way she was playing today made it so difficult.
Well, one, she made every freaking shot, it seemed like. Long twos, short twos, threes, get the free throw line,
This is where things become even more bizarre, though. Caitlin wasn't simply referred to as a teammate by Kelsey. She referred to her as a friend. She continued by praising Clark for greeting the whole crew and managing the intense, constant attention with unfathomable poise. This is crucial because we've all seen superstars in other leagues turn into divas who poison locker rooms and make teammates' lives miserable. Clark took the opposite action. She ensured that everyone had access to food. Without a doubt, Mitchell is currently eating. Her profile has gone viral. She's scoring points, spearheading postseason runs, and at last receiving the national acclaim she was due years ago. The irony is delightful. The main media outlets and the entire league were practically compelled to take notice of Indiana after Clark's arrival. Mitchell might still be sleeping in relative silence at 25 a night without Clark. With Clark, it's obvious to all. Mitchell not only understands it, but she also holds it in high regard.
You were an MVP finalist this year with our own Chiney Ogwumike even saying that you had the best season of any guard this year in the league. What has it been like to get that kind of recognition and get your flowers?
Oh, I appreciate it. I've been to a lot throughout the course of my career with Indiana Fever. It's been like my longest, ever. So it's for me, it's a humbling experience to kind of see myself make waves from where it started to where it is now. And just kind of respect the game, lean on the game as far as creating bonds and friendships. And now you get to see us do that now, a couple years.
Let's now discuss something Kelsey mentioned that shocked the fan base because no one anticipated it. The classic fine tweet. Do you recall when Caitlin Clark made light of her fine in passing? The internet went crazy. Some yelled that it was classless, while others accused it of instigating violence. Mitchell claims that the real Fever players were giggling in the meantime. They adored it because it showed off Clark's evil sense of humor, which is rarely seen by the general public. This is the section that will wow you. That is the primary distinction between outsiders and teammates. Every phrase is scrutinized by outsiders who look for staged drama. The true personality behind the polished brand is seen to teammates. In essence, Mitchell told everyone to unwind. Caitlin was simply being truly amusing. You can tell the locker room is secure in this way. That tweet would have set off a chain reaction of internal strife if Clark had offended anyone. It was merely an inside joke instead. And that brings us to the larger picture. Mitchell, Clark, Boston, and Hall are the indisputable core four. Indiana is establishing a dynasty based on that fundamental group. Mitchell also essentially affirmed that it is indestructible. To keep this elite crew together, she even made the shocking implication that she could think about taking a pay cut. Consider that. One of the league's most reliable explosive scorers, prepared to forego financial gain in order to maintain team unity and future success. In professional sports, that is practically unheard of. Why? Since Mitchell is aware of what is about to happen. She is aware that the Fever have a treasure trove. A postseason run is not the only goal here. This now involves creating a legacy, a brand, and a new structure for the league as a whole. Indiana served as the league's punchline for many years. They are now the plot. Although it may sound cliché, the Fever is making the finals on the strength of true friendship and belief. Mitchell has faith in it. It is fueled by Clark. Boston serves as its anchor. Hall grinds in it nonstop. Together, they have turned Indiana from a joke into a serious, formidable opponent. Everyone is aware that the upcoming year might be even more terrifying. Let's not overlook Mitchell's nuanced remark, though. Her well-chosen remarks on rebuilding, draft picks, and working through things weren't merely fluff, but she didn't come out firing. They served as potent reminders. She arrived first. She endured the heartbreaking, devastating defeat. She put up with the league and media's constant disregard for her. When no one else wanted to, she took on the enormous burden of a failing franchise. The message is conveyed subtly but effectively. Don't you dare forget my involvement in this story. And she is entirely correct. Without Mitchell's steadfast dedication, the Fever wouldn't make it long enough to select Boston, much less sign Clark. People adore the franchise's new, glossy appearance. However, Mitchell's unwavering efforts prevented this club from stagnating. That isn't resentment. It's the harsh truth. No one else on that list deserves her flowers as much as she does, if not more. This dynamic is so captivating because of that. You have Clark, who altered the game on a worldwide scale and garnered record-breaking national headlines. Additionally, Mitchell worked tirelessly to keep the lights on in the community even when the franchise was a complete joke. When combined, they are deadly. They wouldn't be historic, but they would both still be quite wonderful on their own. Mitchell's brutally honest writings perfectly depict this delicate balance, which is why fans of Fever love her candor. Social media erupted right away. Her interview clips went viral, and the response was largely favorable. Her admirers commended her for being genuine, elegant, and refreshingly honest. Pure honesty, no passive aggression, no jealousy. It particularly infuriated the Fever fanbase since it put an end to the stale created narrative that Mitchell and Clark cannot live together. Everyone desired drama. They received unquestionable respect in return. When you give it some serious thought, Mitchell's strategy is actually brilliant. She greatly increased the team's value by praising Clark and emphasizing her own indispensable contribution. This is more than simply Caitlin Clark and the Fever, she made very clear. The Fever is this: a formidable squad with several talents who are all important. Because, let's be honest, the Fever are quickly approaching dynastic territory. Nobody anticipated it happening so quickly. They were the squad you circled for a simple victory a few years ago. Opposing teams now circle them in utter fear. The Fever ruthlessly reveal weaknesses in addition to winning. They play relentless, selfless basketball and completely humiliate anyone who isn't locked in for the entire 4 quarters. They destroyed Atlanta in this way. That's how they gave Las Vegas a hard blow. They have stunned the entire league in this way. Mitchell is aware of it. Clark is aware of it. Boston is aware of it. Hall is aware of it. Mitchell spoke about the core 4 with such conviction because of this. Players don't just say they'll accept wage reductions in passing unless they genuinely believe in something far greater than themselves. You can tell this crew is genuinely unique in that way. It goes beyond the upcoming game. It involves completely altering a franchise's narrative. We're not done, Mitchell essentially told the world. The story doesn't stop even if this year's finals run doesn't result in a trophy. It only prepares the ground for the following year. Imagine Boston being stronger the following year. Consider Hall's defense becoming even more oppressive. Imagine Clark in her 3rd year, having gained greater expertise and surgical poise. And picture Mitchell continuing to drop buckets nonstop while maintaining her composure with her seasoned wisdom. Not only is that frightening, but it will give the rest of the league nightmares. Mitchell made a suggestion that they would almost definitely run it back, concentrating twice as much on what is clearly effective. This is a declaration, not just a collection of lovely quotes. She fully acknowledges Clark's enormous influence and is fully committed to the Fever's future. She's not resentful or jealous, and she doesn't feel threatened. She is incredibly driven. And if you're doing something truly monumental, that's the exact type of colleague you want.